One of the shocking stories that we'll ever get today is Jose Mourinho eyeing a United return. It's like being dead and trying to resurrect when Jesus has said, I'm not going to resurrect you, because in the world history, it's only Jesus that's ever going to hate to resurrect a human being. And looks like a dead Jose Mourinho, in as far as coaching the game of football is concerned, wants to obviously come from the dead to those that are really alive. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Smash the like button close to 200 times, because this story is really making rounds all over social media, and I said I have to go to bed after really revealing it to the viewers of the United Matters channel. Mourinho eyeing a return for the club of Manchester United. Something that I don't really fancy, but never say never in the game of football. Shocking things might happen, but I'm going to let you know what the thoughts of INEOS are and what gets Mourinho back at Old Trafford and what doesn't get him back at Old Trafford, and then we'll weigh the two and see which one weighs better, and then I'll come up with a conclusion that most of you will obviously add your opinions onto. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barak Lau Fikum. Now, who was gonna hate to break this story? It has been none other than Mike Keegan. Remember, he was so much at the center stage when he brought us credible stories concerning the takeover for the club of Man United. Sorry about that. He's a sports news correspondent for the Mail Sport, and he told us that Jose Mourinho wants to return to Manchester United. He thinks he has unfinished business at Old Trafford. These are stories that you really hear about and obviously feel like I just have to laugh my heart out, because sometimes you just feel like someone is daydreaming. Jose Mourinho is daydreaming. And I think dreaming is not bad, but it's taking things that you dream serious that makes them bad. I don't see Jose Mourinho ever coming in through back to maintain or to manage the club of Man United. And I've always told people, Jose Mourinho is the past. Man United is the present, and Jose Mourinho is the past. And if at all Jose Mourinho really dreams of coming back to manage the club of Man United, then he needs obviously sit down with his team and really try to find a better option for him. I think time has come for him to go to the national team. That is it. His age, he's 60, and remember he said, I think when he was like 40, he came out and said at the age of 60, that's when someone's supposed to be coaching the national team, because he has gone ahead to really grow old and he's not ready for the day-to-day activities. And there are very many teams by the national teams that are really watching in to get in a national team coach. And I think if Mourinho could become the coach of Belgium can really be great, because Mourinho is the best tournament coach I've ever gone ahead to see. He's the best ever tournament coach I've ever gone to see. Look at the World Cup. How many games does the winner play? 3 games in the group stages, 1 game, round of 16, 2 round of 8, semi-final, and the final. They are just 7 games that someone plays. And in the Champions League, that's why you saw to it that every time he was in the Champions League, he tried to obviously make it easy for his side, because he knew to it that all I needed was to win that game. When I win it, I go to the next round. The Euros right now are around the corner, and 7 games are played for the winner to lift the trophy. And when you look at Jose Mourinho, trust me, he will need a team like Belgium, all Portugal, all France, all England, to see to it that he obviously lifts the trophy, because he'll be having quality of players. For example, if he's the manager of England, trust me, tell me how he cannot really win it. If at all Southgate, who is really incompetent for the job, led them to the final, then where do you expect Jose Mourinho to obviously take that team to? A manager who is really having huge experience in as far as managing different class players are really concerned. So I don't want to see Jose Mourinho coming close to Man United. And I know he's putting up these stories to see to it that he sends a message to teams that I'm readily available and I'm really here for techs. But remember, after managing Man United and got sacked in 2018 because he came in 2016, he won the UEFA Europa League and the Carabao Cup. Things that I don't even fancy. I don't want to see them being won by the club of Man United. I'd rather win a Champions League or a Premier League other than winning any of those two in a season. And he just needs to really get to know that he's on the decline. He's on his descendancy. And I just can't wait. I will be surprised if I told a team like Man United that is on its descendants, that's on its ascendancy, to get in a manager who is on his descendancy like Mourinho. Let's all admit he was a good manager 20 years back. Right now, he's no longer that kind of manager. Remember, 2004, he signed for Chelsea and he came in through and really did the needful. But the previous years have not all gone ahead well for him. At Man United from 2016 to 2024, it has not been really a good path for him. He has gone ahead to suffer a lot, and you've gone ahead to evidence that this man is obviously one of those that is really struggling in the game of football to manage the side of Man United and Tottenham Hotspur. When he went to Spurs, I will go to now. I was going to obviously make a very bad choice because Spurs are not a team that really plays Mourinho football. Mourinho parked the bus and hit teams on the break. That's Mourinho, and he's not all that a manager that can bring in the Ange style that everyone is really enjoying right now at Tottenham Hotspur. Mike Keegan added and said Jose Mourinho has made his mission to take charge of Man United again, should he get an opportunity to do so. And when you hear such stories, you ask yourself, who is really masterminding this? It's not INEOS, because there is no way INEOS are going to make a decision of sacking Erik ten Hag before the end of the season. And sacking him means that they'll be willing to obviously get in the compensation fee and really build something new. But when you look at Erik ten Hag, he has the best winning percentage, of all managers in the Premier League right now, meaning that he has a better winning percentage than even Sir Alex Ferguson, who retired a decade back. And it shows you that this guy is really ready to see to it that they keep Erik ten Hag. I don't see ten Hag leaving, by the way, though I don't really rule it out 100%, but I don't see Erik ten Hag leaving the club of Man United 100%. But Mourinho is there dreaming if at all he thinks that there is an opportunity for him to return to Man United, because the Glazers that brought him cannot obviously get him back, and now the sporting operations decisions are being taken by INEOS, not the Glazers, meaning that he has no way out and no way he's going to come in through. And lastly, he tells us that Jose Mourinho is keen to work with the new regime at Man United, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS taking over football decisions. Now, when you look at Omar Berrada, he was at Man City, and he's one of those people that Man City that try to convince Mourinho to come in through and manage Manchester City, but because Mourinho wanted to manage Manchester United, he obviously said no, and that was then when Man City wanted to win trophies, but they went ahead to build a new philosophy under their manager, that is Mikel Arteta, and Jose Mourinho is nowhere near their style of football. And I think Omar Berrada wouldn't really recommend a person who he never really wanted to take on at the side of Manchester City to bring him at the club of Man United. All I'm saying is that this guy is just trying to obviously create clout for himself, such that teams start to think about him and not forget about him. To show you how desperate he was before he was sacked at AS Roma, he offered himself to the Brazil national team, and they said, no way, we cannot bring you in because of your style of play that is really weird, and you cannot obviously shift. At AS Roma, he won the Conference League That is in the season of 2021-2022. That is the guy known as Mourinho. But he couldn't even lift a Serie A in a league that is almost dying like that. He couldn't even qualify for the Champions League. And it's really very worrying that he's being linked to Man United. I don't know who's going to give him this advice, but it works for him because United is the highly talked about team in the world, and everyone is really trying to watch in the side of Man United to know where exactly they are really looking at. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Tell me your thoughts about Jose Mourinho eyeing sensational United return, and he wants to replace Erik ten Hag. And pressure is mounting because game of Wolverhampton Wanderers is important. There is West Ham, there is Aston Villa. If we win those games, then you won't hear any news of sacking Erik ten Hag again. But the moment we really try to lose one of those, then very many other managers are going to be linked with the club of Man United, like Jose Mourinho has been, yet no reason is given that Man United can obviously look after him. When you look at Omar Berrada, he's looking for different managers and he's waiting for the green light of the 25% shares. And when those shares come in through, the rest will be history. You know, when the approval comes in through from the Premier League, the rest will be history, and we'll be here waiting to see how things really pan out there. So guys, tell me your thoughts about Mourinho eyeing sensational United return in the comment section below. Do you think he is the perfect replacement for Erik ten Hag? All that and more into the comment section below. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. The Muslim is Barakallahu Fikum. Continue to subscribe, guys. It's the 1st of February. Continue to subscribe. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is a place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. In other words, Mourinho has offered himself to Man United that if at all you need my services, they are readily available. Ciao, ciao, my mates. See you tomorrow morning.